Good morning. I'm Pastor Steve of the Warrior Christian Fellowship. It's Monday morning, March 7th. Glad you could be with us today for a time of devotion. You know, your testimony matters. It really does, because you matter. There's a story in the Bible in Luke chapter 8 about a man that was demon possessed, and Jesus drives the demons out of him, and he sends them into a herd of pigs, and they go crashing over this cliff and drown in the water. And this guy is, now he's healed. And Jesus says to him in Luke 8:39, he says, return to your home and declare how much God has done for you. And he went away and proclaimed throughout the whole city how much God had done for him. It's funny how people with life-changing experience will talk about it. You see that in a lot of things. I would imagine that professional athletes can describe a great championship in detail. I would imagine when the Patriots won their first Super Bowl and John Madden said they should go in overtime for try for the win, that they just went down the field and won at the end of the game. The snow game with a field goal and different plays, I can imagine they could look back and describe that with great detail. Or when Bobby Orr won the Stanley Cup with that goal with him flying through the air at the end of the game. I mean, great experience like that. You remember an old soldier. I can remember things that happened to me in my military days with great detail and great passion about them. Or a friend that maybe was killed in the military. You can remember that stuff very well. My good friend Tom Scalise that was killed. I still remember the events when I heard about it. Well, when Christ came into your life, it was a life-changing experience. So if he's really come into your life, you're going to want to tell others about it. And I'm not saying you won't struggle to articulate the gospel, because sometimes it's hard. But the truth is, if you're truly changed, your story of grace is going to be in your mind, and you'll remember it forever. I remember the night I prayed to receive Christ in very great detail. Now, I know some believers, they don't think their testimony is all that interesting. They'll say stuff like, I've never done drugs or anything like that. I never was that bad. I was kind of a nice person. So people aren't really going to be moved by my testimony. Well, I want you to know that the same grace that saved you is the same grace that saved the worst sinner ever. So your testimony matters. Your testimony of the gospel is important. That's because it's about God, not about you. Share it with others as evidence that your life is truly changed. Whatever your background, your testimony matters. It's the intervention of God into your life. Share your story of grace with as many people as possible. The same intervention that drove the demons out of that man drove the Holy Spirit into you. Your testimony matters. Don't be afraid to share it. Speak up and tell people. You can change others' lives as well. Well, I hope this helps you. May God bless you. May you have a great day. Be well, friends.